Hello students, welcome to the second lecture on the lecture series on approximation and simplification. So previously we had covered some basic concepts and some types of problems that are usually being asked on various competitive exams. So in this lecture what we will do is we'll cover up some exercise problems so that we could sharpen all those concepts and types of problems that we have already learned. Okay, so let's start this lecture and go forward. So this will be the second lecture in this lecture series on approximation and simplification, and we will be covering exercise problems. Okay, so let's start with problem number 1. So what is the square of 5? Okay, so you have 5 and what you want to do is take its square, right? So it will be equal to what? 5 into 5, because we know that x square is equal to what? If x is a numerical value, then x into x will be x square, right? So this is what x square is. So this will be equal to nothing but 25. Okay, so finding the square of 5 is what? 25. So let's see the step-by-step solution. So multiplying 5 twice itself. Okay, so 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So we can also write this as what? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, right? So this will be equal to 5 into 5. So that is equal to what? So this is 10, this is 10, and this is 5. So this will be equal to 10 plus 10 plus 5. So this will be equal to 25. Okay. So let's go forward with problem number 2. Okay, so round off 37 to the nearest tens. Okay, so it is telling us that we need to round off 37 to the nearest tens. Okay, so look at the tens place. So tens place in the number 37, the tens place has number 3. Okay, here in the 10th place the number 3 is present. Okay, so this is the tens place, right? So this tells us that we are somewhere in the 30s. Okay, so look at the ones place next. So ones place will be what? 7, right? This is the ones place. Okay, so what we need to calculate is its nearest tens, right? So the ones place has the number 7 in it. So you can see ones place has the number 7 inside it. So think about halfway mark between 30 and 40. So between 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay, so 37 is right here. Okay, so just see the only tens between the only tens in the left and right are 30 and 40, right? So the difference from 40 is what? 1, 2, 3. So here the difference is 3. So difference is equal to 3, right? And in this case the difference is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the difference is 7. So which will be the nearest? Where the difference is lowest? Okay, so difference lowest is equal to nearest, right? So it will be nearest. So 40 will be the nearest 10. Okay, so if our number 35 or more, we round up to 40. Okay, because 40 will, just assume if you have a number that is greater than 35. Okay, let's say you have 36, then the difference would have been what? 4, and the difference in the left hand side would have been 6. Okay, so if you compare these two differences, you will find out that if the number is actually greater than 35, then the difference what in the right hand side is less. So 40 will be the nearest 10. Okay, so since 37 is more than 35, we round up 40 to 40, round up to 40. Okay, so 40 will be the correct answer. So rounding of 37 to the nearest tens, we found out that it is answer is 40. Okay, so let's go forward with problem number 3. So round off 15,274 to the nearest thousands. Okay, so as you can see here, where is the thousands place? So it is the unit place. Okay, this is the 10th place, this is the 100th place, and this is the 1000th place. Okay, so this is the 1000th place, right? So this is the 1000th place. So what we want to calculate is we want to see the nearest 1000. So the nearest 1000 will be, one will be 16,000, one will be 14,000, and one will be 16,000, right? No, one will be 15,000 and one will be 16,000. Okay, so somewhere in between we have the number 5, 15, 2, 7, 4. Okay, so there would have been another number that is 15. After some numbers it will be 15, 300 and some after some it will be 15,400 and so on up to 6,000 and something like this. Okay, so as you can see here, the just see the what 100th place. Okay, since you are seeing the 1000th place, just see the 100th place to round off to the nearest 1000. Okay, whether the 100th place digit, that is here 2, so this is the 100th place digit, right? So where is it? Is it in the LHS of 5 or RHS of 5? Because if it is in the LHS of 5, the difference from 15,000 would be less than the difference from 16,000. So since 2 is actually less than 5, so this implies that 15,000 is actually the nearest 1000. Okay, so let's go forward with the step-by-step solution. Okay, so look at the 1000th place. Here 1000, at 1000th place what we have is 5. Okay, so in the number 15,274, so the 1000th place has the number 5, right? So this tells us that we are in the 15,000s. Okay, so look at the number 100th place next. Okay, so the next place, that is the 100th place, is what? 2, right? This is the 100th place. So 100th place, right? So it is 2 in this number. Okay, so think about halfway mark between 15,000. So between 15,500 is in the halfway mark and 16,000, right? So this is how we can see that halfway mark is here. Okay, so this is the halfway mark. So halfway mark. Okay, so we have the halfway mark as 15,500. So if our number is 15,500 or more, then we are actually nearer to what? 16,000, or the difference is less. Difference and difference in this side. Okay, so we see that if number is in this part, then the difference become larger for 15,000 and becomes less for 16,000. But if we are somewhere here, okay, the difference between 16,000 is greater and the difference between 15,000 becomes lesser. Okay, so for this reason, since 2 is here, so 15,274 is somewhere here, so the difference up to 16,000 would be larger. So larger difference, right? So here we will have shorter difference or small difference. Okay, small difference. So that is the reason why we will say that the nearest 1000th place will be what? 5. So 15,000 will be the nearest 1000. Okay, since 15,274 is less than 15,500, we round down to 15,000. So 15,000 is the correct answer. Okay, so let's go for problem number 4. So estimate the product of 23.56 and 48.72 using round off to nearest whole number. Okay, so the product of 23.56 into 48.72. Okay, using round off. So we want to estimate their product, okay, to the nearest whole number. So round off the numbers to the nearest whole number first. So 23.56. Okay, here you can see that between 23.56, 23 and 24. Okay, so their middle term will be what? So 23, 23.5 and 24. So see whether this number is actually here, lies here or here. Okay, so since it lies here, 23.56 lies here, so the difference up to 24 is less, right? So difference is less, and here the difference is larger. So difference is large. Okay, so that is why we round it off to 24. So we round it off to up to 24. So 24 would be the round off number. So rounding off 48.72 to the nearest whole number. So exactly just like that, you can see that we have 48, then 48.5 and 49. Okay, 48.5 is the middle number. Okay, just see 48 point. So 48.72. Where does it lie? Okay, does it lie here or here? That is the main point here. So since 48.72, since 7 is actually larger than 5, so it lies somewhere here. So the difference for up to 49 will be less. So difference is less, right? And here the difference is larger. So difference is large. Okay, so since here the difference is large and here the difference is less, so you can say that 48.72 is rounded off up to 49. Okay, and 23.56 is rounded off to 24. Then multiplying these two. Okay, so 24 into 49. So 49. Let's calculate. Okay, so multiply the rounded numbers. Okay, 24 into 49, that is equal to 1176, because 24 into 40 will be what? So it will be equal to 2 into 4, 800 into 24 into 4 into 40, that will be plus 160, right? So it will be 960. And then what? 24 into 9. So 24 into 9. So it will be equal to what? So 240 minus 24. So 216. So 960 plus 216. So it will be 1176. So here you can see 1176 is the correct answer. That is 24 into 49. So the estimated product of 23.56 and 48.72 is somewhere this. Okay, somewhat 1176 in integer value. Let's go for problem number 5. Okay, so estimate the quotient of 135.89 divided by 7.24 using round off up to what? 1 decimal place. Okay, so round off the numbers to 1 decimal place. So 135.89 will be what? 135.9. Why? Because 8 is larger than 5. So that's why we have 135.9. So 7.24 will become 7.2. Okay, because here we have 4 that is less than 5. So we'll replace it by 0. That is 7.20. Okay. So divide the rounded numbers. So 135.9 by 7.2. It will be equal to 18.88 approximately. Okay. So the estimated quotient of 135.89 divided by 7.24 is actually approximately 18.88. Okay. So let's go forward with problem number 6. So approximate the value of the square root of 2 up to 2 decimal places. Okay, we want to calculate square root of 2 up to 2 decimal places. Okay, so let's start. So let's think of the square root of 2 as a mystery number. So when we multiply it by itself, it gives 2, right? So using a calculator, we can find out that 1.41421356 is the square root of 2. So let's focus on the first 2 numbers after decimal 41. Okay, after 41, what we have is, since after 41, 42 is what? 42 is below, 4 is actually below 5. 4 is less than 5. So this implies that it will be replaced by what? 0. So 1.41. So 1.41 will be the new number up to, that is square root of 2 rounded off up to decimal 2. Okay, so the square root of 2 is about 1.41 when we look at it at the first 2 numbers after the decimal point. Okay, that is 1.41. So let's go forward with problem number 7. So if you divide 7 by 15, okay, what is the result? Approximately to 3 decimal places. Okay, so let's go forward. So imagine you have 7 candies and you want to split them evenly among 15 friends. So how much candy does each friend get? So use your calculator. So what happens is 7 by 15 is what we want to calculate, right? So it will be what? So it will be 7 and we want to divide it by 15. Okay, so 15, so giving a decimal place, it will be what? 17 into 4 is equal to 60. 15 into 4 is equal to 60. It will be 10. So putting another 0 here. So 0 here. So what we are left with, 15 into 6 is equal to what? Is equal to 90, right? So again 10. So putting another 0, what we are left with is 6. So as you can see, the pattern will repeat from right here on. Okay, so it will be equal to something 0.46666. Okay, so we can also write it as 0.46 bar. But since this number, okay, since we want to what? Okay, we want to round it off up to 3 decimal places. Okay, so let's leave 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places. Let's see the 4th decimal place. That is here 6. 6 is what? Greater than 5. So we'll replace it by what? We'll replace the previous number, that is the 3rd decimal place, with the plus 1. Okay, so 6 plus 1. So that is equal to 7. So the answer will be 0.467. So 0.467 will be the correct answer. So look at the first three numbers after the dot. Okay, so it will be 466. So the next number is another 6. So since it's bigger than 5, okay, as you can see, it is bigger than 5 because 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So we round the last 6 up by 1. So each friend gets about 0.467 of the candy. Okay, so the answer will be 0.467. So let's go forward with problem number 8. A circle has a radius of 4.3 units. So r is equal to 4.3 is what given to us. So using the approximation, pi is equal to 3.14. So we will be using this approximation. Calculate the area of the circle to 2 decimal places. So area of circle is equal to what? So area is equal to pi r square. So pi is what? 3.14. So we can say that area is approximately equal to this much into r square, that is 4.3 whole square, right? So area of circle is equal to pi r square, that is equal to this much. So we can write it as this. So 3.14 into 4.3 into 4.3 is what? 58.09 square units. So 58.09 will be the correct answer. Let's see problem number 9. So approximate the square root of 23 to 3 decimal places. Okay. So let's calculate the square root of 23. So square root of 23 will be approximately this one. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to approximate it up to 3 decimal places. So leave up to 3 decimal digits, that is this one, this one, this one. We leave these. And what we have next is the fourth decimal place. At fourth decimal place, what we have? 8. 8 is what? Greater than 5. So what will happen? We will add up one more to the last decimal place, that is the third decimal place. So third decimal place plus 1. So it will be equal to what? 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So 6 will be the answer. So it will be equal to, so 23 square root is actually approximately equal to 4.796. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Okay, so rounding off up to 3 decimal places, we are left with this. So the approximate square root of 23 to 3 decimal places is 4.796. Let's see problem number 10. So approximate the value 0.07689 divided by 0.00321 to 4 decimal places. Okay, so here we have the number, right? We have decimal places 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we see? We see the decimal place number 5. So decimal place number 5. So the number here is 9, that is actually greater than 5. So what will happen? We have already seen it. So what we will do is we will see the what? Fourth decimal place. Fourth decimal place. We have 8 there, right? So what will happen is we have to add it by 1. So it will be equal to 9. Okay. So the new number will be 0.0769. Okay. So this will be the correct answer. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So perform the division. Okay. So what we do is we divide it by this much. Okay. So we divide it by this much. So what we are left with is this one. Okay. And we want to do what? We want to approximate it to 4 decimal places. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th number. So 7 is what? 7 is greater than 5. So what will happen is just before number, that is the decimal place number 4, we have 2. So 2 will be added up with 1, that will be equal to 3. So the new number will be 23.9533. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Okay, so rounding off up to 3 decimal places. Okay, no, we want to round it off up to 4 decimal places. So if we round it off up to 4 decimal places, it will be the answer. But if you want to round it off up to what? 3 decimal places, then since 3 is less than 0, so this implies that 3 is less than 5, right? 5. So this implies that 23.953 up to 3 decimal places. Okay, and this is up to 4 decimal places. Okay, so the answer will be this one. So let's see problem number 11. So simplify the expression 5 plus 3 minus 2. Okay, so applying BODMAS rule, what will be BODMAS rule? So first we see for brackets, are there any? No. Then we see for exponents, are there any? No. Then we see for division, are there any? No. Then we see for multiplication, are there any? No. But see for additions, are there any? Yes. Plus 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. Then are there any subtractions? Yes, minus 2. So 8 minus 2. So this will be equal to what? 6. Okay. So 6 is the correct answer. So by the sequence of BODMAS, addition come first, so 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, and then the negative or the subtraction, so minus 2, 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. So 6 is the correct answer here. Let's go for problem number 12. So simplify the expression 2x plus 5x minus 3x. Okay, so expression is equal to what? 2x plus 5x minus 3x. So adding positive equations, 7x minus 3x is equal to what? 4x, right? So simplify the expression 3 into 2y plus 4 minus 5 into 3y minus 2. So this will be equal to 6y plus 12 minus 15y plus 10. Okay, so this will be equal to what? So this will be equal to 9y minus plus 22. So this is the simplified version. Okay, so multiply 3 and 5 to the next equations. So 6y plus 12 minus 15y plus 10. So simplifying this, what? 6y minus 15y plus 12 plus 10, right? So this will be equal to what? Equal to 22, and these two are equal to minus 9y. So adding these two, what we are left with is minus 9y plus 22. Okay, so this is the correct answer. So simplify the expression this, that is 3x square plus 5x whole by x square minus plus 2x. Okay, so let's take common what? X. 3x into x plus 5 into x, right? So whole by x into x plus 2 into x. So this will be equal to x. Let's take common x. So it will be 3x plus 5, right? So in the denominator, what will be left is x plus 2. If we take x common, so cancelling these x out, what we are left with is 3x plus 5 by x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so that is why x cannot be equal to 2, because if we equate x with minus 2, what will be left with is indefinite or undefined. Okay, so factor the numerator. Okay, so 3x square plus 5x is equal to what? X into 3x plus 5. So factor the denominator, that is x square plus 2x is equal to x into x plus 2. So cancel out the common factor x in the numerator and denominator. What will be left with is 3x plus 5 by x plus 2. So the simplified expression is 3x plus 5 by x plus 2. Okay, so problem number 15. So simplify the expression 2y minus 8y square plus 6y whole by 2y square minus 6y. So for y not equal to 0 and y not equal to 3, so simplify the expression 2y minus 8y square plus 6y whole by 2y square minus 6y. So for y not equal to 0 and y not equal to 3, so step 1 is what? To factor out y. So factoring out y, what will be left with is y into 2y square minus 8y plus 6. Okay, whole by, so it will be 2y minus 6y. So taking common, so y, so we can cancel out y. Then let's take common 2. So 2 into y square minus 4y plus 3 whole by 2 into y minus 3. Okay, so we can also cancel out 2. So what we are left with is y square minus 4y plus 3. So it will be 2y into y minus 1 into y minus 3 into 2y into y minus 3. So the answer will be what? Y minus 1, because after cancelling these things out, the simplified expression is y minus 1. Let's simplify the fraction 4 by 8. Okay, so this is equal to what? 2 power 2 whole by 2 power 3. So this will be equal to 1 by 2, because taking common 2 power 2, so we can also write it as 2 power 2 by 2 power 2 into 2, right? So cancelling this 2 1 out, 1 by 2 is the correct answer. So fraction 4 by 8 is equal to what? 0. We can also write it as 0.5, that is equal to nothing but 1 by 2, right? We can also write it by this. So dividing by the what? HCF. So HCF of 4 and 8 is what? 4. So dividing 4 by 4, what we are left with is 1, and dividing 8 with 4, what we are left with is 2. Okay, so 1 by 2 will be the correct one. So simplify the fraction 18 by 24. Okay, so 18 is equal to what? 3 into 6, right? That is equal to whole by 24. So it will be 6 into 4. So cancelling out 6, so 3 by 4 will be the correct one. Okay, so let's go forward with problem number 17, step by step solution. So given the fraction 18 by 24, 18 by 24 is equal to 3 by 4. Simplify the fraction 35 by 49. Okay, so 35 by 49 is equal to what? 7 into 5 by 7 into 7. So cancelling out 7, what we are left with is 5 by 7, right? So we are left with 5 by 7. So dividing 7 by the numerator and denominator, okay, because their HCF was what? 7. So simplify the fraction, this one. So let's take common a square b c square. Then what will be left with is 15 b square c power cube. Okay, no, c square, right? C square. So in the denominator, what will be left with is taking common a square b c square 9a. Okay, then cancelling these two out, what we are left with is 15b square c square by 9a. Okay, so simplify the common factors in the numerator and denominator. What we are left with is this one by this much, right? So 5b square c square by 3a. So 5b square c square by 3a is the simplified version. Okay, so that's enough for today. Thank you.